All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Geiger issue number 9 for Image Ghost Machine. Yeah, we're going to dive right in because it's fighting time. Now, Geiger wants to be cured, right? He wants to go to a town because they say there is another glowing man. That's why they call him. And he wants to know how and why that person is cured. So, but he's in a pickle because he wants to defend some kids here because, well, it seems the enemies that look for him is here. So we have a new king, right, with new goons, and it's like I said, cool fight scene by Paul Pelletier. He's the artist, and it seems that this guy's, well, like I said, he knows Tariq, and but you know, Tariq is not invincible. He's not, you know, invulnerable. Probably that's the word. And he can be hurt. He can be cut. He can be shot, and he wants to melt this. Swords, but it seems that this is forged with titanium and tungsten. So it can be melted, but it takes a lot of time. And now this is happening. Now, what's his name? Nate, the knight, you know, wants to protect the children, but he says you need to go back in. You know, the walls, concrete walls, will protect you, and he says, if things get out of hand. What does that mean, says the kids. I told you, kids, it's not safe to be anywhere near the glowing man. But you're around him all the time, Nate. Well, it's too late for me. Oh, my God, no. He said, what are you talking about? So he says, I have a duty to stand against any evil that threatens the innocents. If I'm not back for Zigzag, then take care of my friendly steed. So he goes into battle helping Tariq. And then this new king says, hey, surrender, come with me, and I'll leave this town untouched. I'll forget I was ever here. But resist me? Resist, and every man, woman, and child will die. So Tariq says, ask a question, hey, those fancy metal you have, do you men have that as well? Or did you have it all for yourself? Let's find out. So, yeah, he's going on a small rampage, right? Killing people. He said, you forget what it did to the last king? Oh, I didn't. You blew him up. Him and his loyal knights. But why would you do that here? With that lovely town all around you, would you sacrifice the people to save you? Well, yeah, you probably would. But then he's getting, well, what's the word? Bombarded is not the word, but he's been doused in some gas. That is, you know, a trick they learned from the electrician. See a couple of issues, you know, yeah, watch my videos, right? Because the electrician has some kind of found the weakness to neutralize Tariq's powers. And so, yeah, they're coming at him, right? So he says, get the monster. Oh, Tariq, you'll be my wedding gift to the queen. But then Nate comes to the rescue and he says, the boron dust is no good for you. But I knew what to do this time. He says, stay on your knees. You shouldn't have come for me, says Tariq. Now, Tariq goes now completely, I don't know, nuclear man, probably. He's powering up and he's melting this guy's face. He says, I burned the last king as a warning, but no one listened. So no more warnings. He says, I tell you what the seven Redmans want with you. And then he kills him before he can answer. And yeah. So he's burning brighter and brighter, you know, powering up. You know, this his radiations levels going very high. And he's not himself anymore. So Nate wants to get him, you know, help him by, you know, putting his control rods back into place. Then, you know, that controls is basically his absorbing his radiation. That's what these control rods do. But then Tariq is so far gone that he's basically attacking anyone. He says, Mr. Geiger, wait, I'm your friend. And he punches him, you know, or hitting him with the rods. And you see this, you know, that was cool. But, you know, Tariq is too far gone. He said, if you don't stop, it's not only me you're going to kill. But then Tariq doesn't listen, and he wants to kill him. But then Barney comes in just in time, and Nate puts the rods into place, and Tariq comes to himself again. People like you are why. People like you are why we stay away from the outside world. Don't come back here. He says, you've done enough for my daughter. But then Tariq gives him some kind of a background story about his children. My kids were trapped in the shelter with their mother for years. I protected them from scavenging instead of trying to find a way to get them out safely. I was convinced the radiation made it impossible to open the door and let them out. But the truth was, I thought it was better they were locked away. I should have worried about preparing them instead of protecting them so that they have the tools to survive this messed up world. And maybe even a fighting chance to change it. Yeah, they probably won't do it. And they're gone. So Tariq wants to apologize, but he says, Nate, no, it doesn't. Don't worry. You just weren't yourself, right? He says, I don't want to be this. I want to be like this anymore. That's why we're going to Lewistown to find another glowing man, the one that was cured. So we're not far away, only 45 miles away. Nothing's going to stop us now, Mr. Geiger, he says. And then we go to, I don't know, all of the other people that wants to. I know, Geiger is a pretty important guy. And we have also Redcoat here. A lot of people wants to find him. I don't mean to hurt others unless they deserve it. So he says, if I ever attack you again, Nate, if I ever lose my sight in the light, you need to find a way to stop me. Well, there is probably one. It's Junkyard Joe. We're going to find out if he's up to the task, right? So another cool entry of Geiger. I think it's a very good, I probably told you that many times, but what his Image is doing with all these creators of creator-owned projects like Image Skybound, Image Ghost Machine, I think that it's paying off because I don't care about what Marvel doing is anymore. Personal opinion, if you like Marvel or DC, these newer books, good for you. I'm not interested anymore. I already have the best books that I want from DC and Marvel. Again, personal opinion. They don't put out what I want, so I go to other companies, indie comics, and enjoy their books as well. Sometimes it's a miss, mostly it's a hit. Especially with this one, Geiger. It's a mature-ish, you can say it's a mature book. I like that, and it pushes the story forward, and Tariq and Nate are a good combo. But what happened? We'll see what happened to Nate. Poor guy. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think about it. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye bye.